Today on our 2019 Ram 1500 Classic, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the CURT Class 5 custom fit trailer hitch receiver. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed. The cross tube is going to sit right below the bumper, and the receiver tube is going to be nice and flush with it. Now our hitch is a Class 5 hitch, but it's still going to give us that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening, so we'll have a really wide variety of options for accessories that we can mount up. The way we're going to mount any of our accessories is through the hitch pin hole here on the side. It's going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now these are not included in the kit, but you can pick them up here at etrailer.com along with some locking devices to keep your accessories secure. As far as the safety chain connection points go, it's going to be a plate style, welded to the bottom of the cross tube and receiver tube. And as you can see, we'll have plenty of room to get most size hooks on or off. If you're using really small hooks like this, just keep in mind that you will have a little bit of trouble just because the flange here is so thick. As far as weight capacity goes, our hitch is going to have a 1,500 pound tongue weight, which is the maximum downward force of the receiver tube, along with a 15,000 pound gross trailer weight rating. That's the amount it can pull, including the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Our hitch is also designed to work with weight distribution systems, but that's going to be a separate component that's mounted on your trailer. It's going to bump the tongue weight up to 1,600 pounds and the gross trailer weight rating up to 16,000 pounds. But with those numbers in mind, you want to double check your Ram's owner's manual because you don't want to exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. I'd like to give you a few measurements, and that's going to help you whenever you're looking for accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's going to be right about 3 inches. That measurement is going to come in handy when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have enough room and that they're not going to contact the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening, it's right about 21.5 inches. That measurement is going to help you when you're looking for a ball mount, so you can make sure you find the appropriate rise or drop to match up to your trailer. Now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, I'll show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, we want to lower down our spare tires so we have plenty of room underneath our truck. Then we'll move underneath the bumper and we'll come to the side of the frame rail. On each side of the frame rail we'll have our bumper structure. We want to remove the forward bolt that's going into the bottom of the frame. To remove the bolt, you use a 21mm socket. Now once you pull it out, you want to hold on to this bolt because we are going to be reusing it, but we'll pull out the other side as well. Now if we move towards the front of the truck from the bolt we removed, we'll find a hole in the bottom of the frame. Now this is going to be on both sides. This is going to be one of our attachment points, and we're going to have to get some hardware in place. So we'll start by taking our pull wire, and on the coiled end, we'll take one of our square hole spacer blocks. You want to make sure you grab the thin one, not the large one. We'll slide it over, and we'll take our carriage bolt, we'll thread it onto the end of the wire. Then one piece at a time, we'll feed it into the frame. Then we'll pull on our pull wire until the bolt drops down through. I'm going to go ahead and remove it, and we'll repeat the same process on the other side. We're going to have 2 more attachment points, and if we come to that bumper structure, right behind our license plate at the very center, we'll have 2 oblong holes. Now we're not going to be able to get our hardware in through the holes the same way we did, almost, so we're going to use a little bit of a different technique. We'll still use our pull wire, we'll feed the coiled end in, and we're going to go towards the outside of the truck so it can come out of the bumper structure. Once we have the coiled wire sticking out, you want to make sure the tail end of it is still on the outside as well. We'll grab the larger spacer block from our kit, slide it over our wire, and we'll grab another carriage bolt and thread it on. We can push both pieces back in, and we'll pull on our pull wire until we can have the bolt come through. Now for now, I'm going to leave the pull wire attached, and I'm just going to let the bolt rest on the inside so we have room to lift our hitch up. But we'll repeat that for the other hole. Now with the next set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch into position. You want to make sure you take your pull wire, and we're going to feed it from the front of the hitch going back. We'll lift the side plates up. We'll lift it up so that the bolt drops down through the hitch. Then we'll take our factory bolt. We're going to loosely reinstall it so it'll hold the hitch up, and we can work on getting the rest of the hardware in place. Just want to make sure you get at least a couple turns on each side so it will hold it up. We don't have to worry about it falling. Then in the center, we can pull our bolts through. May have to lift up the hitch just a little bit. We'll remove the pull wire. We can take a flange nut and we'll secure down the hitch. We'll do that for each location with these carriage bolts. Now if you're having trouble with the bolt moving too much, kind of hold your finger on there and we get the nut started so we don't have to worry about it falling back in the frame. We'll make sure we'll get the nuts on the side plate. You just want to be careful not to push that bolt back into the frame because it will be rather difficult to get it back out. For all of the 1/2 inch nuts that we have in place, I'm going to be using a 3/4 inch socket to tighten them up. Then we'll use that 21mm socket and snug up the factory bolts as well. Now we want to come back with a torque wrench and we're going to torque all of our hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. And you want to make sure you repeat that for any remaining hardware that you have. With our hitch torqued down, all we have left to do is put our spare tire back and we're ready to hit the road. That'll finish up your look at the CURT Class 5 custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2019 Ram 1500 Classic.